Patriotism of founding fathers. House of Assembly Speaker Udeze calls on citizens to sustain good legacies of foremost nationalists. President Tinubu urges Nigerians of adequate security as the nation clocks 64. U.S. European allies call for ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. A very good morning to you. Welcome to our breakfast news this morning. My name is Ijoma Uche. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra state economy and the promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Welcome. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo attended a parade and march past activities to mark the Nigerian 64th Independence Day celebration. The event was held at the Dr. Alice Ekweme Square, Oka. Government House correspondent Ejike Abanafa this report.
The event was held in grand style with a lot of pomp and pageantry as government officials and senior members of the society graced the occasion. There was a parade by the Nigerian Police, Anambra Road Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra or CHA Brigade, students and pupils from various primary and secondary schools which left the crowd mesmerized. In his speech, the governor commended the efforts of the founding fathers who fought for the independence of the country 64 years ago and urged the citizens to emulate their patriotism and love for the country to fulfill their dreams. Governor Soludo also used the occasion to address issues affecting the development of the state and urged the citizens to continue to support the government in its quest for sustainable development.
My own message to Nigeria and to Anambra is that despite our challenges, our tomorrow will be greater than our today.
High points of the event was march past, parade by various schools, and cutting of the independence cake. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim, accompanied the Governor to the event, which was also attended by the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Somto Chukwudeze, service commanders in the states, among others.
The Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Somto Chukwudeze, has said that the incessant economic hardship that has continued to ravage Nigerians is surmountable with positive approach and rightful disposition by the leaders and the led. In his message to Nigeria as they celebrate the 64th independence anniversary of the country, Right Honorable Udeze paid glowing tribute to Nigeria's founding fathers for their selfless service and sacrifice towards the growth and development of the country, calling on Nigerians to sustain the good legacies which the foremost nationalists and the elder statesmen bequeathed to them in order to enable their efforts and vision to endure. The Speaker enjoined religious and political leaders as well as the masses to seek the face of God through prayer for the revival of the country. Added that Nigeria has all it takes to bounce back to the era of economic boom and adequate security of lives and property of the masses. Igwe Michael Okeke Uche of Enugu-Agidi community in Njikoka local government area of Anambra State has celebrated its 2024 Iwaji Festival. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha reports that the event held at the palace of the Obalariam III of Enugu-Agidi attracted presence of other traditional rulers in the state, captains of industries, representatives of different religious organizations, among other people and groups that paid homage to the Igwe Okeke Uche. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha now takes it from here.
In his remarks after ceremonial cutting of yams to mark the annual festival, Igwe Okeke Uche, who re-echoed the importance of Iwaji in the community and Igbo land in general, thanked God for the return of peace in the community and Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his strides in governance of the state, promising continued support of his people.
Aija ekene Chukwu maka ji ofu na-egosi that na anyị abịago n'udo n'obodo a
traditional prime minister of the community, Dr. Osita Anameze, and also son of the community, Chief Onyeka Okeke Mbajiaka, permanent secretary, Anambra State Ministry of Health, Dr. Mrs. Obegeli Uchebo, and Anambra State Director of the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, Mr. Loveday Obonna, said the festival is very important in uniting a people for community development and prayed for more blessing on Igwe Okeke Uche and his subjects. Anambra State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ifio Binabo, who also graced the occasion, said without traditional rulers, achieving the mandates of her ministry as regards ending harmful traditional practices will be difficult, urging other traditional rulers to support in sensitizing community members against sexual and gender-based violence.
One of those good things, reckon on them to help us in going further to sensitize our men.
From Enugu Agede in Ijikawaka local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Gotha Diocese. Right Reverend Samuel Ezofo has urged others in the society to always take pride in encouraging the young ones for generational growth. Correspondent Abuchi was of this report taken from here.
Area. During a pastoral visit, Bishop Ezofo stressed the need for the elders to always transfer the quality Christian faith they have to their children to improve the moral tone of the society. Right Reverend Ezofo, who during the service dedicated the church for the expansion of God's kingdom on earth, disclosed that the churches are built to discourage people from idolatry, commended the people of Itinanka for building a befitting house of worship for God. Bishop Ezofo, who also blamed the problem of Nigeria, which clocks 64 on faulty foundation, charged Christians not to be deterred in series of challenges facing the country, urging them to continue to anchor their trust and believe in God.
Reason Chineke jiwesi ka nwere ebe chọja bụ ka Chineke nye ndị ya onye mgbe ka ha wee fee ihe ofufe ka ha wee mata ngọzi ya. Onye ka o jiwesi ka nwere ebe chọja nye ka o jikwa wee sị na ya chọrọ ibi n'ime gị.
The president of Agwata Christian Women's Ministry, Mrs. Chinyere Ezofo, the Archdeacon of Nanka Archdeaconry, Venerable Ifeanyi Mgbemene, and a parishioner, Venerable Godfrey Nkanyi Moore, during their several interviews, called on the federal government to map out far-reaching measures that will improve the living standards of the people.
The member representing Ekusigo constituency in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Ikenna Ofodeme, has organized a town hall meeting for the members of his constituency. The event, which also featured distribution of improved seedlings and plants, was concluded with the Iwaji Festival at his compound in Ichi, Ekusigo Council area. Correspondent Mengene Ostadebe now reports.
Addressing the gathering at Ichi Town Hall, Commissioner for Agriculture Dr. Foster Ihejofo and his housing counterpart Honorable Polly Onyeka applauded the giant strides of Honorable Ofodeme and his initiative to organize the town hall meeting.
In Anambra State, we are enjoying the leadership of a progressive mind, a very viral mind that is committed to thinking through and thinking out of the box to come up with solutions that will endure.
Also speaking, the Deputy Majority Leader of the State House of Assembly, Dr. Jude Akwa, said that Honorable Ofodeme is doing well in the House and has moved so many bills at the floor of the House and charged the people to give him their maximum support.
If you come to the security activation of Ekusigo, he's really working hard to ensure that there's peace in Ekusigo.
Earlier, Honorable Ikenna Ofodeme, who is also the Majority Leader of the Anambra State House of Assembly, while enumerating many bills he has sponsored and that have been passed into law, appreciated the constituents for their support.
Ana mekene Igbo, nekene Ekusigo, nekene Anambra State. For the joy of our people, that's the tradition. So let us follow suit. Etu I say me tradition, give an emedumwa.
High point of the event were distribution of improved seedlings and Iwaji proper by Honorable Ofodeme Emengino Sarebe, ABS News.
President Bola Tinubu yesterday delivered a message of hope and progress in ongoing battle against terrorism and banditry across Nigeria. In his October 1st Independence Day address by the nation, Tinubu assured Nigerians that his administration is making significant strides towards ensuring security and stability across the country. According to him, his target is to eliminate all threats of Boko Haram, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, and all forms of violent extremism, as within a year his government has eliminated many Boko Haram and bandit commanders. He went on to provide details of the government's achievements in combating these criminal elements, stating that as of the latest count, over 300 Boko Haram and bandit commanders have been eliminated by the troops in the northeast, northwest, and other parts of the country. He said peace has been restored as hundreds of communities in the north and the thousands of our people are now able to return home. However, he acknowledged that the work is not yet done, calling it unfinished business. Representatives for Israel and Lebanon reiterated their support for a UN resolution that ended the 2006 war between Israel and Tehran-backed military group. France, Germany, and the UK, the US, and other allies have jointly called for an immediate 21-day ceasefire to allow for negotiations in the escalating conflict between Israel and Hezbollah that has killed more than 600 people in Lebanon in recent days. The joint statement negotiated on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York on Wednesday says the recent fighting is intolerable and presents an unacceptable risk of broader regional escalation. There was no immediate reaction from the Israeli and Lebanese governments or Hezbollah, but senior U.S. officials said all parties were aware of the call for a ceasefire. Earlier, representatives for Israel and Lebanon reiterated their support for the UN resolution that ended the 2006 war between Israel and the Iranian-backed militant group. The U.S. hopes the new deal could lead to longer-term stability along the border between Israel and Lebanon. Months of Israeli and Hezbollah exchanges so far have driven tens of thousands of people from their homes, and escalated attacks over the past weeks have rekindled fears of a border war in the Middle East. Now sports. Nigeria has secured Africa's sole ticket to the International Cricket Council, ICC, Under-19 Women's World Cup in Malaysia 2025. Nigeria was declared the winner of the Under-19 Africa qualifiers on Sunday after the final match against Zimbabwe was washed out due to a heavy downpour in the second innings. The final game, played at Gahanga International Stadium in Kigali, saw Nigeria win the toss and opted to bat, scoring 77 runs for the loss of 8 tickets in 20 overs. In the chase, Zimbabwe started strong, scoring 19-1 in 2.3 overs, but was halted by the rain and the play could no longer proceed. However, ICC officials adjudged Nigeria the winner for being the only participants unbeaten at the qualifier and had also topped its group. Meanwhile, Uyi Akpata, president of Nigeria Cricket Federation, NCF, in his reaction to the victory, said that the qualification is a reward for the hard work and tenacity of everyone involved. In the semi-final, Nigeria beat host Rwanda by 62 runs to set up the second encounter with Zimbabwe, and the finals encounter was washed out. The 2025 World Cup in Malaysia is scheduled for January 18 to February 2nd, 2025, with Nigeria in Group C alongside New Zealand, South Africa, and Samoa. Remember that you can follow news and the programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us on Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on ABS Television. Follow us on our social media handles as ABS Radio Television on Facebook, as ABS Radio TV on Instagram and X. Top stories once more as we conclude this news package. Nigeria at 64. Governor Soludo has urged Nigerians to emulate patriotism of founding fathers. House of Assembly Speaker Udeze has called on citizens to sustain good legacies of foremost nationalists. President Tinubu has assured Nigerians of adequate security as the nation clocks 64. And finally, U.S.-European allies have advocated for a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. And just before we go, remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra state economy and the promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thank you very much. My name is Ijoma Uche. Do have a good day.